Hi, this is Judy, Star King Mandarin Homework, first grade, week of October 10th. The theme this week are the four seasons. And before we get started, I just want to share with you something I've been doing with my son. When we practice the characters, we often try to brainstorm what other words you can also create with that character. And it's been a good way to kind of buttress the idea that a character is just a building block for creating lots and lots and lots of words, and it helps build vocabulary. So I'm sharing some of those words today, and hopefully you can share it with your children as well. First word is 春天. 春 means spring, 天 means day. So 春天, although it literally means spring day, when you talk about a season in general, like I like spring or spring is coming, you don't just use the word 春, you use them together. 春天 means spring generically. Let's see, the next word is 春风. This should look familiar. That was in last week's homework. 风 means wind. 春风, spring wind. And this character, the kids have not learned yet, but it's Jen, which means roll. 春卷, spring roll. So next time you go to a Chinese restaurant, look for these two characters together, and you'll know exactly what they mean. 春卷. So this is the next character pair is 夏. 夏 means summer. 夏天, summer. Now 夏 is pronounced the same way as sha, as in down. So when we were brainstorming, my son got those mixed up, and I had to tell him that a lot of characters sound the same, but they're written differently, have different meaning. So this sha means spring, the other sha means down. Sounds the same, different meaning. Next pair, 秋天, fall. And the most famous thing in the fall in China is 中秋节, or literally it means Middle Autumn Festival, and oftentimes it's called here in the States the Moon Festival. Kids did a whole series of lessons around the Moon Festival. They ate moon cakes, looked at the moon, they talked about the story, Chang'e. So they should be very familiar with 中秋节. Next one is 冬天, winter. And this should look familiar. 瓜, this was in last week's homework. 冬瓜, winter melon. And it is a green, long green melon that's usually cooked savory. And you can find it at the Alamandi Farmers Market and very many Chinese grocery stores. 冬瓜, winter melon. The final character this week is Shu. Now the kids all learned this part last in kindergarten. Mu is most usually used as a radical for any character that has something to do with wood or tree. So this is Shu, which means tree. And the vocabulary that goes with it in the homework this week is Ling. Now, Ling is a very common last name, and if you see Lin as a last name, is usually this character. And you can see, look, tree, tree, tree. What's lots of trees? A forest. 树林, it means a forest. And guo is a character they learn in kindergarten. This means fruit, and you pair it with a tree. Fruit tree, 果树. And this is not a character that they learned. I'm not sure it's the character they learned how to write yet, but they learned this word in kindergarten and in one of their science classes. So 树叶 means tree leaves. 树叶, tree leaves. So the lesson in Chinese this week is how to say yes and no in Chinese. Usually you think that's pretty easy. Maybe yes and no is the first or second thing you learn in Spanish. So why is Chinese differently? So you can maybe ask your child how to say yes and no, and they're like, I don't know. Well, There's a reason why they don't know, because Chinese is not a yes/no language. It's a echo response language. So when you ask a yes/no question, usually ask A, not A. And to say yes, you say A. To say no, you say not A. So last week's phrase was 好不好, or literally mean good, not good. And that's how you say, is that good? Or is that okay? And to say yes, you say 好. To say no, you say 不好. So there's no one word for yes, there's no one word for no. You just have to listen to what the person is asking. And to say yes, you repeat the verb or adjective. And to say no, you say not the verb or not the adjective. A little weird, but it makes sense if you think about it. And the final phrase is to learn and practice with your kid is 加油. Now, when you support each other, it literally means add gas, 加 add, yo gas. But it's what people usually say when they're trying to urge each other on. Instead of saying go, 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 they say 加油, 加油, 加油. So next time you're at a soccer game or kind of encouraging your child to finish your homework, just say 加油, 加油, 加油. That's it for this week, and see you next week. 加油!